The scene behind me has become somewhat familiar as the ROC has seen plenty of students take to the street to march for action against climate change. Today, many of their parents will be doing the same thing under the banner Parents for Future.
It's really in response to government's stated climate emergency pledge that has been supported at cross-party level. So we feel that politics often gets in the way of any one party rolling out particularly a long-term plan, which is what is needed. Gibraltar is very small, it has only some options, and we want to depoliticize the environment and be able to plan 5, 10, 15 years ahead, because climate change and the emergency surrounding all these issues demands that we depoliticize the environment. So on transport, there's definitely a lot that could be done immediately. On development, there's a lot that could be done immediately, and on waste and on pollution. So those are the different threads involved that we think immediately could be tackled and must be tackled.
GONHS is here for a very simple reason. The future of the planet depends on this. And what would we like to see? Well, we would like to see Gibraltar work towards carbon neutrality and reach carbon neutrality soon, because as the government itself has recognised, the planet is in crisis, climate change is at crisis point, and we need action now.
More monitoring to be done so that we can ascertain the parts of Gibraltar that are more polluted than others, and to improve the infrastructure and electric vehicles as well. That is essential because many people do want to switch, but there's no infrastructure for charging.
Demonstrators were greeted by Environment Minister John Cortes upon arrival at No. 6 Convent Place, who used the opportunity to announce he would be putting his name forward for re-election, vowing to continue to fight for the planet. One protester replied that this was not about the minister, but about the planet.
You think of the sheer size of the problem, we couldn't really find a way in. And so we thought there might be a lot of people like us out there, and we decided to start the group just so that people could share ideas that people could adopt as individuals to make a difference individually. And since then, we started our Traffic Free Tuesdays. That's got a bit of a following. And then we linked up with other NGOs, and we formed a coalition to lobby government for an independent group to take care of environmental issues.
Well, I think the planet needs this. It is a climate emergency, and from the Heritage Trust point of view, it's something we always advocate for. Reuse, recycling of buildings really is where we're coming from, and it's just such a massive part of reducing the carbon footprint, using what we have, the energy that's already invested in buildings, and keeping that energy already invested in the planet.
The issue of climate change transcends politics and should transcend politics. You know, we are the generation that's here today, but it's our children tomorrow that are really going to suffer the brunt of this, and that's why this action needs to be taken and efficiently and effectively as possible. So our vision is that it would be made up of independent experts that could come to Gibraltar, look at our strengths and our weaknesses, see which technologies we could efficiently employ, right, and discard the ones that we can't, create a plan which would act as a roadmap for achieving carbon neutrality.
The group here today are led by 6 local environmentalist NGOs, but they join millions around the world in protesting against climate change. One thing at the top of their petition, however, is an independent climate body.
Planet B. No planet B. No planet B. No planet B.